Can you make it through here?
Yeah.
She is the hunter and the guide. Her companion is one of the best chefs in America.
Getting more over here.
They are on a foray in the woods of the great Northwest, foragers, prospecting for foods. Lost? Not her, not Anna Hoffer.
Oh, lordy, lordy, look over there.
Where?
Look, look, look.
Oh, I see him. It's big time wild mushroom season.
Chef Johnathan Sundstrom of Earth and Ocean Restaurant in Seattle, celebrated as one of the best new chefs in America, who puts out a menu sauvage, items taken from the wilds of the Northwest every day.
One of the things I really am excited about is turning people on to foods that we used to eat a long time ago.
Anna Hoffer first went picking in the forest more than a half-century ago in the mountains of Hungary. Now Anna Hoffer is a forager, a hunter-gatherer, who can spend days alone in the deep woods. She harvests all things natural and edible from the wild lands of the Pacific Northwest. Anna has done this since she was a little girl. A forager harvests what nature has seeded and nourished.
It just came natural. As a hunter and gatherer, it just really fit into my way of life. It's very challenging. I don't know what the day will bring me from day to day, but I managed something.
For years, Anna has been supplying John with sea beans. Rather like a succulent, the sea bean thrives on the line between the fresh and salt waters of the marsh.
And here we are coming to the sea bean patch.
What's the name of this river?
This is Bone River.
The Bone River. So is this them?
This is the sea beans,
Wow.
and the little red tops that you see on it is starting of the blooms.
I've been so curious where these come from all these years, Anna. You bring them to me, and I'm like, I gotta go figure out where to find these. So,
Well, this is tons of it here.
can I cut a few?
Yeah,
Does it work with a knife too?
yeah, it works with a knife.
Here, help me pick out some good ones. I like
You
the
could
young
take
ones.
the whole thing in your hand and just go, not too low, whack.
Is that too low?
Yeah, up here.
Okay.
Look at that, isn't that neat?
You pick out these little.
Yeah.
What is this sea bean or is this some other kind of grass?
This is another grass. But as you continually cut, this will continually grow. And this is one area where we really harvest a lot.
So tell me a little bit about that, because that's one thing that I'm interested in
We can pick
as a chef is
I
how
know.
do you, because you're basically like a steward of the land where you come back here over and over the years and harvest. So even though you don't plant these, you always make sure there's more for the next time, right?
This is an unbelievable. The more you cut, the more it will
The more
grow.
it grows.
And then we have our new growth on it up into frost time. I'm taking just the newest growth on here because that's the tenderest.
This is how you usually bring them to me.
Right,
Is they look
right.
like they're a little skinnier,
Uh-huh.
and they're usually really tender. They live right on the shore, so they pick up a lot of salt.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody minds that you're down here. So is this public land right now, or where are we
It
at?
is in oyster farmers.
But they don't mind if you're down here.
No, because we're not hurting anything.
Can we get a few more?
The high, oh, here's some nice
These
fresh.
look really, I like these young ones.
Yeah, these are nice fresh right there.
One of my favorite things to do with the sea beans is we'll use them fresh with a lot of seafood dishes, maybe with oysters or salmon. After a few days, I like to pickle them with some vinegar and a little salt, and they last for months.
My favorite recipe is with some hollandaise sauce.
Hollandaise? Mm-hmm. Can I give you a hand up?
Yeah, please. Okay. But do you have enough?
I think I got
You don't
enough.
have enough yet.
Well, here, I'll grab a few more.
Yeah, you
I'm gonna
better
grab
grab.
the big handfuls like you do.
Yeah, huge handfuls. This is great. This is just wonderful. Nature gives you something free that All you have to do is apply yourself to it.
All right.
Okay.
Should we head out?
Sure.
Anna and many others do their gathering on the uncounted acres of a vast, if you will, farm, stretching along the west coast of California, Oregon, and Washington, picking what nature has planted.
So Anna, we're going to try and find some lobster mushrooms.
You
What
bet.
do you start looking for?
The orange color and humps in the ground because they can be buried.
So they just pop up through the ground?
They pop, and here's the orange color.
Okay.
So go ahead.
ahead.
I'm gonna let you. Sometimes they will pop out if you do this,
Okay.
but sometimes they're so tough in the ground
You need a knife?
that you have to have a
Okay.
knife.
Just pull on it?
Pull on it. If it comes easy, it's fine.
Okay. Well,
You're
that one
not-
was pretty
You
easy.
didn't disturb it at all.
Can I trim this off, or should we do
Well,
that later?
The roots you can, but later on we're going to hot pressure nozzle.
It's coming from these spruce trees, right? Are these
Yes.
spruce?
The roots from the spruce trees.
So is it,
And it likes mossy ground.
and a mushroom is basically a fungus, a fungi, and there's all different kinds. Because
This one is very unique in itself.
Okay.
This is the only one that
So
will
this
do
isn't like a
this.
chanterelle. When we go
No.
to see the chanterelles later, those grow totally different.
Totally
Okay,
different. It's a
trim
good
this
shape.
off.
Yeah, trim it.
I love the color of these. So they're called lobster mushrooms because it has this
Because
lobster
of it,
color. You know,
right.
what I usually do is we clean these. When I saute these in some butter or some oil, it even colors the butter bright orange like
No,
that.
I
It's
didn't
beautiful.
know.
It's beautiful. And they're so
There's-
delicious.
There's one more
Okay.
for you to harvest.
I can't believe that one. That one is so beautiful.
Yeah. I would have cut more away from the stem, but that's
You would have
okay.
gone a little deeper.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you got 50 years of experience on me. I'm a rookie.
Okay, great.
All right, huckleberries. Now, is this a huckleberry bush right
That's
here?
a huckleberry bush.
What's this other blueberry over here? It doesn't look like
Oh, yes.
a blueberry.
This is our...
Here, there's some right here. Can you
our
eat these?
Yeah,
What is this
our
called?
coastal salal berry.
Salal.
Yeah.
Now,
This is one of the brush that
this
they
is something
pick.
that grows all over the place.
Yeah. And it's a
in
little dried
Washington.
out, but it's very good to eat.
So, is this something I've heard that the natives salal is
The
like something
native
that used to
used
be
it
part of
in
their
their-
diet, right? Well, is there anything else we can find here, or are we gonna go to the next spot?
Yeah, we're gonna go to the next spot.
All right, let's go.
I'm gonna go along here because I may find some more.
Let's go find the nice chanterelles, okay?
Okay.
And so begins the hunt for the classic chanterelle, the forest's own golden trumpet, often fluted, the most prized mushroom in the woods and the kitchen.
Yeah.
The mushrooms hide out of sight in the soil or the leaf litter or the rotting trees. Watch what you pick. Take an expert along.
Okay.
So Anna, what do we look for once we get in here amongst the trees?
Mossy ground and.
So is this the ground? Wait, right here. Is this
Yeah,
is this
very
kind of
mossy,
moss?
yeah.
You're looking for mossy ground, and then you're looking
and
for
then
that yellowish orange.
yellow mushrooms. I always look under these limbs.
Is that one?
Yep, that's one.
All right. Now, okay. So what do we do now?
You need your knife,
Okay,
remember?
get my knife out.
Because we leave the root systems
So
on.
how far do we cut it?
Just down the ground level.
Like an inch or
Yeah,
so?
Down the ground level.
Okay. Just cut it right across.
Yeah. There you go.
Wow, that's a beautiful one.
Mushroom.
If we had left this one here for a while, say like another month, would it double in size?
No,
Or?
it would grow out. These edges would come out, and then in a week or so it will start to go moldy if the weather doesn't change, and start to dry
Sometimes
up.
they have like a little, like a
Dentation.
dip in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can see the little-
The mushroom is neither plant nor animal, but has its own kingdom, the realm of the dark but not too damp, deep forest. Ever tasted a mushroom before? There's nothing like a wild one. The taste of the trees and the wind and the forest, all in a tiny gem.
Oh, lordy, look over there.
Where?
Look.
Oh, I see 'em.
Yellow,
There's three
yellow.
there.
Over there, if
You got a good eye. How do you see those?
Yellow?
You
Can't
just
you
like-
see the yellow?
You just noticed them, huh?
Yeah.
I found a little one.
Oh.
I saw that one first, I'll have you know.
Oh, wow. Well, John.
You see some back there?
Yes, there is.
Oh, so
Okay,
we'll
come
just
on.
dive in. Woohoo!
Right there.
All right.
Oh, this is a nice patch in here.
This is hard work.
Well, it's not so hard.
Well, just like you got to get really in here.
Okay, there's a big one in there.
All right.
Do you see him?
Yep.
Very good.
That's not too bad, huh?
No. Okay. I think there is one more way up there.
Point it out to me.
Yeah. Go
Down.
ahead. Keep going straight.
All right.
Okay.
Are there anything back here we need to worry about?
No.
Spiders or?
Nothing.
I'm a city boy, so.
Okay, let me see if I see it. No, it might have been only the sun.
The leaf or something?
Yeah, it fools you sometimes.
Well, should we head on down the trail and see what else we find?
Let's go through here, because there may be more.
Okay, I'm with you.
Oh,
wait, I found a good a medium one over here.
Oh, there's two more there to the left.
Right here?
Or three more. Hey, you're doing good.
And I think I see one. Where'd it go? There's a little one over here.
Over here is one. You getting an eye for him, John?
Yeah.
By golly.
I see how it takes some practice.
Can you make it through here?
Yeah. What's this tree called?
That's a spruce.
Sticky spruce?
Sticky spruce.
It's kind of pokey.
Yeah, it's pokey.
Anna Hoffer knows the woods. Her feet know the woods by themselves. Every tree limb, every bush, every critter, every secret spot.
This stuff right here, I want to ask you how you keep from getting lost.
Oh, here, this is so familiar for us. Oh, John.
Oh, you see some?
Oh, John.
Oh, we got a big one over here.
Ooh. Missed that one.
How many do we have so far?
Quite a few.
So what's that, about a half a pound?
No.
Oh, quarter pound?
Quarter pound, maybe. Some nice size
That's
ones.
not too bad though, considering
No,
that it hasn't rained. That's just 10 minutes worth of work.
Yeah. I think this may be the end of the mushrooms here.
Okay. Oh, the last one. That's a nice one.
Big one.
See, you got the eye.
Yeah.
Trained eye, I wouldn't have noticed that.
Yeah. It just showed up from a different angle, you know?
Yep. Crisscrossing back and forth.
Yeah, always crisscrossing.
That's a beauty.
Yeah.
So Anna, thanks for taking me out here today.
Oh.
It's pretty amazing what you do, and as a chef, I love the things that you bring me, but now that I've actually had a chance to come out and see the hard work that you have to do, and then also, kind of the adventure of it, it's really special, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's always
I'd love
been
to come do it again with you, so maybe we'll get the big mother load of porcinis next time.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the way to
Shall
do
we?
it. Yeah.
I've known Anna for about 10 years now, and I've received her wonderful products over time, and the wild ingredients is something that I've always been interested in. So to actually get out there and go with her, who is the expert, and to be in her hands was just really incredible. Here in the Northwest, we've got access almost year-round to things that you don't see in other parts of the country. It's very much an old world style of thinking and living close to the land. And whether it's your local farmer and farmer's market, or if you have access to go pick some wild blackberries at the park, which people do all over Seattle, it's just living close to the land. And I think it helps to establish that connection. So we're gonna make 2 recipes today, featuring some of the things that we collected with Anna yesterday. We're gonna do a wild boar ravioli, which is an item I feature on the wild menu. It's made with a filling from wild boar. Tastes like pork, but it's a little bit gamier, a little bit more rich and flavorful. And then we're gonna use some of those great wild mushrooms, the lobster mushrooms, the chanterelles. We kind of saute those with little sweet onions. We'll have some grappa-soaked golden raisins, and then we'll use a few of those fresh wild huckleberries. Kind of a dish where we combine sweet elements and some savory elements. And the sauce is really like caramely tasting and really deeply flavorful. First thing we do is drop the raviolis themselves in our hot water. The wild boar sauce I've already got ready to go is we reduce that braising liquid, we add just a drop of cream, a little butter, and then we re-season it, and it's delicious. It's got kind of a nice caramely flavor. That's gonna be for our mushrooms. We've got the beautiful wild chanterelles that we harvested yesterday. And we're going to use a little bit of lobster mushroom. It's got this beautiful orange coral color. Those look pretty good. And then the lobster mushroom, we clean these off already. Usually what you want to do with the mushroom is just trim the stem, scrape off any of the superficial dirt, and then I like to wash them 2 or 3 times. I like to cut these into like wedges so you get some of that orange color on several sides. So we're just going to start with a little bit of olive oil as our pan starts to heat up. Once this is a little hotter, we're going to throw in the mushrooms, and we're also going to throw in a little bit of butter. Butter is really great for mushrooms. It helps them caramelize, and they really soak up the flavor. So I always like butter in my sauteed mushrooms. We'll just get them started. If you put the butter in too early, it's apt to burn, so I usually throw it in just after the mushrooms get searing. We're going to salt and pepper it lightly. Just using a little kosher salt. A little butter. You want that sizzle to happen. The lobster mushrooms, because they've got that beautiful orange color, are also going to color the butter. And you could even just use this as a sauce by itself without even adding anything else to it. Our raviolis are getting pretty close. And then we've got some sweet onions. These are the last of the Walla Walla sweets. It's kind of something we look forward to as a seasonal treat here. We just cook these really slow with just a little bit of butter, some fresh thyme, and a little salt. So it's just really natural onion flavor, really gentle. Okay, I think we're about ready to plate this up. So like I said, we use a nice big ravioli with about 1 ounce of the wild boar filling in the center. These are sultanas, golden raisins, that we soak in grappa. And this dish is fairly rich because of the wild boar filling, the mushrooms sauteed in butter. The grappa golden raisin is going to help kind of cut through that and give your dish balance as you're taking each bite. So we usually just sprinkle a few of those around. We're going to garnish with a little bit of mash, corn lettuce. We've got a little anise hyssop. And then the wild boar sauce, we'll just drizzle around the outside edge. This is a nice bright chive oil. That's our wild boar ravioli with lobster mushrooms and chanterelles. The next dish we're going to do is the Hawaiian red-tailed snapper with fresh sea beans, corn. We're going to do a little wild sorrel salad, and then we've got delicious heirloom tomatoes. So first thing I'm going to do is get the snapper cooking. It's a great fish. We're using it because it's sustainable at this stage. They're really taking care of the Hawaiian waters. Season it with a little salt and pepper. I usually leave most of my seafood and meats fairly natural. I usually just season them with a little salt and sometimes pepper. When the dish is complete, you're getting the seafood flavor rather than having like a lot of sauces or rubs or marinades. We're going to use a little bit of pure olive oil to just get this started. And then a little bit of butter. Again, just a small amount of butter is going to help brown your fish or your meat, give us some caramelization as well as impart a lot of flavor. Let that foam up, and then the snapper goes right in the pan. Just getting a little bit of color, and then I'm actually going to throw this in the oven to let it continue cooking. We're going to dice some heirloom tomatoes to go into our final preparation. These are tomatoes coming from one of my featured farms on the growers menu, which is my vegetarian menu, Billy's Farm, and it's over in eastern Washington in the Okanagan Valley. That's the tomatoes for our saute. We're going to slice up a little bit of shallot. These are just little shallots that I've peeled ahead of time. I don't want the pan quite as hot this time. We're not going to really sear this. We're just going to really gently saute. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little oil and just a little butter. While the pan is a little cooler, we'll add the shallots. I'm going to check on the snapper. This is a pretty thick piece of fish. This is getting some nice color on the bottom side, but still is pretty rare, so I'm going to give this a little more time in the oven. And then we're going to use some of the great sea beans that we got yesterday. We just need to pick through these a little bit. These have already been washed, but you want to look for grass, because these are just kind of growing out in the middle of nowhere. So this is a way to use the sea beans fresh, just like you would asparagus or a haricot vert, a tender young vegetable. I'm going to go ahead and add the sea beans. We have a little bit of fresh corn. I'm not going to put too much. And then we're going to add our tomatoes. This is almost finished. You hear the sizzle. You just want that to, the tomatoes are going to deglaze the pan a little bit and pick up the shallot flavor and the corn. Beautiful color on that. It's going to be very fresh. The sea beans are naturally fairly salty. So what we usually do is rinse them. That gets the seawater off of them. But they're going to be salty. They're a salty flavored plant. Set that aside for a moment. Going to pull up the fish. So this is our snapper. You can see it's got a nice golden color on it. Set that aside to rest for a couple minutes. And then we're ready to do the final presentation. Going to keep it in the center of the plate, though it'll sort of peek out from underneath the fish just enough that you can see that nice texture of the sea beans and the shallots, the corn, and the nice color of the heirloom tomatoes and corn. Put our nice snapper right there. Then we're going to toss our little salad. And then the final touch is we make a toasted garlic vinaigrette. And overall, when finished, it's quite a light, refreshing summer dish. Just a little sprinkle of chives. And we're done. The name Earth and Ocean, it makes a lot of sense for the food that I like to do. It immediately gets people to think about a connection to where our food comes from, whether it's from the sea, whether it's from the mountains, organic farmers, etc. So I've really tried to tie in everything that I do to the name so that it really makes sense.